Okay, so this is going to be the first clue in Chapter 7, Hangover directs, or sent direct from Mother Nature. So, this is after you run into those people and, like, Max is actually, he asks for a phone, but, like, they don't help him, so you're just gonna walk straight, and you're gonna basically turn left onto the shack right here.
Hey, are you lost?
In more ways than I could possibly explain.
I know
It's
you.
that.
At the disco with the gun. Yeah, you had hair back then and better clothes. Anders Dudley from Steele, North Dakota. Why on earth are you here?
Well, I'm, looking for someone. What are you doing here?
Oh, we came to help the cause. See, after I retired, my wife, she said I had to do something. And, well, you know, I always loved kids, so I got involved in Angels of the Hill. Oh, it's a great cause, and they're really great folk, and, well, now we come down twice a year to help inoculate the children of the favelas. Yeah, oh, it's simply wonderful, giving back. Whole family does it. In fact, my little girl's coming in a couple of days.
Aren't you afraid?
I was a cop for 25 years. And granted, Steele ain't San Paulo, but, you know, I seen things. And people are the same everywhere. Good, bad, indifferent.
Listen, have you heard anything about a woman, about 28, rich? She was kidnapped. I heard she was being held around here.
No?
All right, well, good luck.
All right, you too. You look like you need it. I gotta get back at it. Hey, I'll say a prayer for you.
Another life lesson I didn't want.
Okay, so this is going to be the second clue in chapter 7. So this is like after you talk with the Silver and after you have the shootout in the strip club. So you're going to turn around and you're gonna go back up to where you guys were sitting. And it's going to be a photo of Serrano.
Serrano, the man of the hour. Had De Silva left this there on purpose as some passive-aggressive message to the CS from a cop who was apparently too scared to go near any real criminals? It was a strange power play.
And the third clue is just going to be, near the front of the club, like near the entrance. It's going to be a tourist.
No shooting! Por favor, amigo! No.
Relax, soldier.
You're American? Oh, jeez, buddy. Am I glad to see you? Oh, fuck me. I've been coming to this shithole town for the last 5 years. It's like a fucking insane asylum. But it's got the cheapest pussy in the world. But fuck me. I mean,
You're in a cat house in the slum, pal, doing who knows what.
I'm a businessman, bro. And they were fully legal in this country. I think. And I know how to tip, all right? It ain't my fault, man. It ain't my fault. Don't judge me, all right?
Have a nice day.
Jesus, what a fucking creep.
Going to be the fourth clue in chapter 7. So this is like after you not long after you get out of the strip club and you're going through those those alleyways and whatever. But it's going to be this gang tag right here.
Yet more thugs whose Christmas card list I wouldn't be on. This wasn't Commando Sombra real estate. I had to keep moving.
Okay, so this is going to be the fifth clue in chapter 7, and this is going to be a second gang tag. So this is like after you come out of that that abandoned warehouse. So you're just gonna walk up the pathway, and you're gonna break off to the right a little bit, and it's gonna be on this wall.
Say what you want about these hoods. They knew more about branding than a Madison Avenue art director. Tropa Z. Looked like Nova Esperanza had a civil war to add to its long list of reasons not to visit.
Okay, so this is going to be the sixth clue in chapter 7, and this is like after you like you drop down off that ledge, and so instead of going up the stairs, you're gonna break off to the left, and it's going to be right here, and it's going to be a shrine to Claudio, that soccer player.
Soccer had gotten Claudio away from the favela, but it hadn't gotten him far enough. I couldn't imagine his death had done much to boost the CS's approval ratings in that part of town.
Okay, so this is going to be the 7th clue in Chapter 7. So this is going to be after you, like, you're fighting on, like, those torn apart buildings, and you drop down. So you're just gonna drop down into this grass right here, and you're gonna break off to the right a little bit, and it's just gonna be right here, and it's a flyer of Giovanna.
Giovanna, charity worker and socialite. Work with the poor and play with the rich. You try to live in two worlds. Eventually, you're gonna get your life ripped apart.
Going to be the 8th clue in Chapter 7. So like this is like after like you have like you're gonna see like a little cutscene of Max. He's gonna be hiding on the other side of the door, and like one of the gang members is going to come out, and he's going to see you, and he's going to see him, and he's going to like instantly run back inside. And then you're gonna have a little shootout. So you're going to you're just gonna walk straight forward, and you're gonna break off to the right. And it's gonna be on this counter right here. And it's a it's a thing of drugs.
Passos had told me about this stuff. Oxidado.
Oxidado.
Rust, packed full of healthy ingredients like quicklime and kerosene. Cheaper, stronger, and deadlier than crack. Easily marketed to the poor and desperate. All in all, a fine, honorable way to earn a living.
This is going to be the 9th and final, basically clue in Chapter 7. So this is like right after you blow up that flop house, you know, with the fireworks. Like you use the fireworks and you just blow it up. But you're just gonna walk straight forward, and this is going to be like the third gang tag that you run into.
I was definitely in Commando Sombra territory. If Fabiana was still alive, she couldn't be far away.
But yeah, that's all of the. This is like the area. This is the level I think with the most clues in it. It has 9 in total. So yeah. Okay, so this is going to be the first clue in chapter 8. This is like up the steps, like right after you kill the guy that has the grenade launcher. But you're gonna go up the second set of steps. Shut up, Passos. And you're gonna go past this this little I think it's mausoleum is what it's meant to be, but it's going to be right here.
Detective Valerie Winterson. One of my bullets is buried down there with her. I tell myself it was a tragic misunderstanding, an awful mistake. I tell myself a lot of things. All of it crap. The truth was, it was her or Mona. I made a very bad call. This was one decision of mine I buried deeper than all the others.
Okay, so this is going to be the second clue in chapter 8. This is after you save Passos from being executed after you meet up with him again. But you're gonna be in the center of this. You're gonna be in the center. You're gonna circle around to the off to the left, and it's going to be right here.
Nicole Horn's mausoleum. The woman who ordered Michelle's death. I passed it whenever I came to see my wife. It felt appropriate to leave her some dead bodies instead of flowers.
Okay, so this is going to be the final clue for chapter 8, and this is like right after you those guys try to make you dig your own graves. So instead of going down the stairs, you're just gonna cut to the very back of this set of tombstones, and it's going to be right here.
Vinny Gognetti. I didn't think there was enough of him left to fill a grave. Poor son of a bitch. His antics had brought the once great house of Punchinello to its knees, and they were still struggling to stand up.
This is going to be the first clue in chapter 9, and this is like pretty much right after you basically go out of that room you were in. So you're just gonna go down. You're gonna go up these steps, And you're just like before you go out the door, you're going to examine this dead body.
Cops didn't seem too concerned with meeting their arrest quotas. Between me and Sao Paulo's finest, it'd be a miracle if the CS were still in business by the end of the day.
Okay, so this is going to be the second clue in chapter 9. So this is like after you you get in your first firefight with the UFA, the corrupt cops. But you're gonna come down this alley, and you're gonna come across one of their bodies.
55. I'd seen that number before. Were these the same bloodthirsty motherfuckers that showed up after the shootout at the party?
Okay, so this is going to be the third and final clue in chapter 9. So this is after you have that you shoot at that helicopter, you shoot it at the helicopter and you fall to the roof, and you're gonna come across the the UFA, the corrupt cops, beating the shit out of just some poor schmucks. But you're just gonna examine the guy's dead body.
Man, I was guessing these guys didn't spend their spare time studying the Geneva Convention.
Going to be the first clue in chapter 10. It's driver shoot sister. So this is in the second area you get into, after you leave that junkyard with all of the buses in it. But you're going to basically break off to the from where you come in from. You're going to just walk straight forward, and you're gonna walk back into this building right here, off to the close to this fence in the front. But yeah. And it's going to be this newspaper right here.
An army of paramilitaries, and only my face made the front page. More publicity I didn't need.
Okay, so this is going to be the second piece in second clue for chapter 10. It's driver shoot sister. So this is after you clear out the top floor of that office building. So you're gonna go down the stairs, just like you normally would. And instead of going into the room you need to go into, you're just gonna look to the right, and you're going to examine this poster.
She was Victor's political nemesis, and in all probability, Sao Paulo's next mayor. Even the Broncos couldn't afford that many votes.
Okay, so this is going to be the first two clues in chapter 11. Suntan oil, stale margaritas, and greed. So immediately after you leave your room, you're just gonna break off to the left and go to this room right across from yours, and you're going to find notes on Max.
Marcelo was supposed to be sleeping. He'd barely come down to this deck.
You're gonna find notes on Max.
Passos had the name of the bar where I was drinking my life away. I should have put things together then, instead of waiting for De Silva to walk me through it real slow.
The second clue is going to be Passos' bed. So you're just gonna walk straight a little bit, and you're gonna break off to the right at this door.
The bed was made. I could only guess that Passos was upstairs in the thick of it, whatever it was.
Okay, so this is going to be the third clue in chapter 11. This is right after you get out of the room that is eventually set on fire, and you have to shut off the valves and whatever. But you're just gonna walk straight forward, and it's gonna be this trail of blood.
While I'd been dead to the world, some of my shipmates were just plain dead. Where had they taken them?
It's going to be the fourth and fifth clues in chapter 11. So this is after you see guys, they're prying at a wall, but the first clue is going to be on this table. It's going to be this newspaper.
After I got out of New Jersey, things had flared up again between the Punchinellos and the DeMarcos. Didn't look like things would die down anytime soon. I was going to have to stay away from the only place I'd ever known.
So there's the fourth one. Here's the fifth one.
Whatever they were looking for appeared to be gone.
The 6th and 7th one are going to be pretty much like right ahead, you know, after you go out of that room. But it's going the next one is going to be to the left on this first room you run into when you get into this long hallway. It's going to be Daphne's passport.
Daphne Bernstein, a recent divorcee, making the most of her considerable settlement, and Marcelo was making the most of her. I don't want to think about it.
Alright, so this is going to be the seventh clue in chapter 11. So this is after you you come to this long hallway, and you're gonna walk straight forward, and you're gonna get to this last room before you go out of go out the main door. But you're gonna break off to the right, and there's gonna be some guys in here you're gonna have to kill. But it's gonna be against this back wall. It's going to be Daphne's jewelry box.
It didn't make sense. Why would they leave the jewels and rip open the walls? It didn't occur to me just what the other cargo on board could be. Out all my questions, all I thought about was getting to Daphne Bernstein before it was too late.
Okay, so this is going to be the final clue in chapter 11: suntan oils, stale margaritas, and greed. So like this is like in the you're almost at the top floor. This is like right before the cutscene you get, like when you find out what happened to all the passengers. But you're gonna just walk straight forward into this little museum type area, and it's gonna be this display right here.
Americans had a long and checkered history of involvement in Panama. This was my sorry chapter, for what it's worth.
Okay, so this is going to be the first clue in chapter 12, the Great American Savior of the Poor. And so this is like right after you walk around for a little bit, and you're gonna see those guys throw something into this furnace, and it's going to be this gurney right here.
Either those guys wheeled their trash out on stretchers, or something was seriously wrong here.
And then the second clue is just going to be, you know, when you come into this next room, you're going to break off to the left. And you're going to go into this cage, this fenced off area, and it's going to be this ammo crate right here.
Oof-ay. Was there anything they didn't have a grubby hand in? A few days earlier, I'd have called it a coincidence, but I'd written off too many of those already.
This is going to be the third and fourth clues in chapter 12. So this is like after you like right after you open that like little gate, you have to press the button to open it, and like you're gonna need to come this way anyway. But like instead of going off to the left, you're gonna break off to the right, and you're gonna go into this room right here, and it's gonna be these wall of photos right here.
De Silva and I had the same fan club. I knew enough, and he knew too much. We'd both become targets.
And the fourth clue is going to be right here. It's going to be on this couch. It's going to be Passos' ID card.
Passos' ID card. It was no great surprise he'd made their hit list, but to discover he was really Colombian? No wonder some locals seemed to laugh at his accent. What else had he lied to me about?
Okay, so this is going to be the fifth clue in chapter 12. So this is like you it's after like you this is right before you confront that doctor, you know, the guy that harvests the organs. But you're gonna walk straight forward, and it's going to be to the left on this bar right here. It's going to be an old newspaper.
It looked like Victor had won the sympathy vote, found his universal connection to the people, triumph out of tragedy. Part of me couldn't help thinking that had been his plan all along.
Okay, so this is going to be the sixth clue, the final clue in chapter 12, the Great American Savior of the Poor. So that like you're going to go back into like the room where you found the C4. Like you'll get a cutscene, but you'll have the option to go back in there if you want. Like there will be some weapons in here and whatever. But it's going to be at this far wall on this table right here, the shelf. It's going to be a receipt.
Either Victor Bronco and Nevis were doing a lot of charity work together, or this was payment for something else. Were the Crasha Prado in Victor's pocket? Had he tipped them off about the stadium exchange?
Okay, so this is going to be the first clue in chapter 13, a fat bald dude with a bad temper. So this is after like you open the, like you start moving around a little bit, and you start going through the cells and whatever. But you're just gonna walk straight forward through, and go out of the cell instead of going off to the right like you normally would. And you're gonna break off to the left. You're gonna break off to the left, and you're going to walk to the end of this hallway. It's gonna be this guy.
Look who it is, Mr. Strip Club scumbag.
You.
Yeah,
I am Mike. You ain't gonna help me.
you get what you deserve, pal.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable.
They were legal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is going to be the second clue in chapter 13. So this is like after you'll see a cutscene where the prisoners that escaped, they're all just gunned down. You have to kill the guys, and you're gonna go into this back room. You're gonna need to go in here anyway to like open a door. But like you're just gonna walk straight forward once you get in here, and it's going to be this laptop. It's going to be like prison logs.
It was Monday's arrest log, as far as I could tell, and no sign of anybody from Nova Esperanza. All those poor bastards have been checked straight into the Imperial Palace Hotel.
Okay, so this is going to be the third clue in chapter 13, and this is like after you get out of like that little exercise area. So you're going to come in here, you're going to have to kill some guys and whatever, but like you're going to go into this office area, like you can jump through the window right here, and it's going to be this this back desk on the far right. It's going to be right here.
Becker's blood money from the good doctor. Serrano had canceled one side of that transaction. The other was on me.
So this is going to be the fourth and fifth clues in chapter room where like that office area, like where you're gonna have to fight that guy with the minigun, like after you kill all the other cops. But you know, after you clear out the room, you're going to cut off to the right. You know, from like where you enter the room, you're gonna cut off to the right, and you're gonna go to these other offices, and you're gonna break off to the left a little bit, and you're gonna go to the second one right here, the second room, and it's going to be right here. It's going to be a folder.
AUP. Those were the guys who jumped the yacht in Panama. And what was this? Had the Brazilian cops tipped them off about the money?
And then the fifth clue is going to be you're gonna just go out of this room right here, and you're gonna cut around these desks right here, and you're gonna go to the front of the room. So like north of where you would enter, and it's gonna be in this room right here. It's going to be a file on De Silva.
Sao Paulo's own David and Goliath. I'd pinned De Silva as a coward, but he'd risked more than anyone, and he'd never taken a bribe.
Okay, so this is going to be the sixth clue in chapter 13, and this is like after you get out of that office area where you kill like all those cops. Like one of them has like that minigun, but you're going to come in here to this briefing room, and you're going to just cut all the way to the back, and it's going to be this slideshow. You know, you come up to this board and whatever, and it's right here.
The CS were all but out of business in Sao Paulo, and suddenly Becker and Victor looked like local heroes in the war on crime. They'd really gotten their money's worth outsourcing their problems onto me. My old pal Serrano. We'd both been unwitting clowns in this sorry circus. Part of me hoped he'd made it out of that hotel alive. I didn't recognize the guy. Maybe this was the new slum king De Silva had talked about. A throne never stays empty for long. Fame at last. It was no great surprise I'd made Ufe's most wanted list. I hadn't done much to improve the reputation of Americans abroad over the past few weeks. And there they were, my illustrious employers. 3 dead and still, every chance I'd go 4 for 4. None of this was gonna look good on the resume. And I was in good company. Howell Passos, sent up north to find a washed-up gringo who would act tough and play dumb. Boy, did he ever deliver.
Okay, so this is going to be the 7th clue in chapter 12 or chapter 13, a fat bald dude with a bad temper. So this is like right after you do that slow motion slide across that cart, like those snipers are shooting at you and whatever. So you're going to cut through this arsenal right here, and you're gonna come to this security panel, and you're gonna need to press it to open the door. But it's going to be right here. It's going to be this flak vest. I think it's, yeah, flak vest.
It was a little late to be thinking about precautions, but something told me this shit show was barely through the warm-up act.
Okay, so this is going to be the final clue in the game, and this is the only clue in chapter 14. One card left to play. So this is like after you get out of that area where all the luggage is put. Like, you're gonna come into this back room, and you're gonna walk straight. You're gonna, go through the hallway, and you're gonna walk straight forward until you get to this like little intersection. And you're gonna cut off to the right, and you're gonna go into this bathroom. And you're going to cut off to the right again, and it's going to be in this. It's going to be a guy in this stall.
Well, chaos and guns. I might have known you'd turn up.
Sorry. You heading home?
Oh, I am here to pick up my daughter, but I imagine she's stuck on the plane. What are you up to?
I don't know. Trying to make a difference. Giving back.
That's what you call it.
Take care.
Yeah.
Nothing was happening back here. I had to get to where the action was. Judgment with a smile. You can't beat it.
And you get 2 achievements. Echo of the Past, and we're just gonna, like... Echo of the Past, find all clues, and sure know how to pick a place. Discover all tourist locations. But yeah, that's all of the clues and all the golden guns in Max Payne 3. Trying to figure out what I want to work on next. But yeah, I hope this has been informative and it's been helpful for who's ever seen it. But yeah.